Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's midnight now here in Cairo, and this is a new edition of Panorama News. In the upcoming 35 minutes, we'll be bringing you the latest of the political, economic and sports news from all around the world. I'm Hani Saif. I'll be your host for tonight, and we'll start off with the political news, where President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met on Monday with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of Communications and Information Technology, Amr Talat, where national projects of communications and IT were reviewed. During the meeting, President al-Sisi directed to continue the development in the sector of communications and information technology and its infrastructure. The head of state also directed to boost investment in human resources, as well as supplying training programs in a way that goes with the requirements of modern jobs. For his part, the communication minister reviewed the latest situation of several IT projects, including the learning process at Misr IT University. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met on Monday with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of Public Business Sector Hisham Tawfiq. The presidential spokesman Bassam Radi said that the meeting followed up on efforts to develop the public business sector companies. Minister Tawfiq presented the latest pertinent to the development of the public business sector companies, especially regulations, administrative and structural systems, and human resources. This all seeks to realize the sound management of the assets of the public business sector and automation of work procedures, in addition to qualifying the human factor and supporting distinguished competences. The President stressed in this regard continuing efforts to develop public business sector companies in order to effectively contribute to the national economy, as well as strengthening the national industry and sustainable development process nationwide. The Cabinet held a meeting on Monday with the visiting delegation of the U.S. Congress Assistant Senates, reviewing the latest developments of the presidential initiative, A Decent Life. First Assistant of the Prime Minister, Randa al-Minshawi, reviewed the initiative's infrastructure projects, which aim at improving living conditions of about 60 million citizens in Egypt's villages, and pointed out to the achievements implemented in the fields of sewage services and housing within the framework of the Decent House Initiative. For his part, Cabinet spokesman Neder Saad reiterated that the initiative's ongoing projects are being implemented within cooperation with the private sector companies and a number of NGOs. Meanwhile, the delegation praised the activities of the Decent Life Initiative during the past years and hailed its efforts in improving the living conditions of millions of citizens. Now it's time for the economic news, where Finance Minister Mohammed Maid said on Monday that Egypt joined the JP Morgan Index for government bonds and emerging markets officially. Thus, Egypt is the second country in the Middle East and Africa to join the index. In an official statement, the Finance Minister said that Egypt is expected to join the index with 14 issuances worth around $26 billion. He added that the move is meant to enable leading investment funds and more foreign investors to invest in Egyptian debt instruments using the country's currency. Egypt's stock indices collectively went up in the last trading session in January on Monday after being affected by strong purchasing operations of shares in different categories. Analysts said that purchasing operations by local and Arab investors increased and reflected investors' confidence that the stock market will rise in February, a point that led indices to rise in the trading session and exceed profit-making selling operations in different categories. So the benchmark EGX30 index went up by 0.29%. The EGX70 index for small and medium businesses also went up by 0.77%. And the broader EGX100 index jumped by 0.96%. After all indices went up by purchasing deals of local and foreign investors, the market capitalization gained £4.5 billion to close at £741.8 billion amid transactions of about £10.4 billion.